Hello and welcome to the International Pentagon Challenge. My name is Kyanite and together we'll be embarking on a very special Football Manager journey where we'll aim to try and win every major international competition in all 5 continents, forcing our hand to play with hundreds of different types of players and most importantly hopefully create loads of awesome different types of tactics along the way. Once that's complete, only then are we allowed to set our sights on the biggest of all goals, the FIFA World Cup. How many nations will we have to manage until we work our way to the top? How many dodgy names will we have to pronounce along the way? So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully we're going to have a lot of fun along the way. Okay, hello everyone and welcome to episode 26 of the International Pentagon Challenge. My name is Kyanite, and in case you've never seen a previous episode for the International Pentagon Challenge before, the idea behind it is we started off unemployed, Sunday League reputation, we're only allowed to manage international teams in this save, and basically our aim is to win every single major international competition within every continent and then go on to try and win the World Cup. But there is obviously still a chance that we might end up winning the World Cup before we end up championing a continent, and that's perfectly fine. So yeah, if this is the first video you come across, go back to my channel, hit the subscribe button while you're there and start watching from episode 1. But if you're not new, welcome back, and as you guys can see, we did qualify for the next stages of the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. So if we take a look at our schedule, I obviously took charge of the United Arab Emirates in 2023, and this is where it all began, basically. Last episode was our 2-1 victory away at Uzbekistan, and that basically put us top of the group. That was a massive, massive result for us. I have remembered to wear the right glasses this episode because my other glasses messed up with the green screen because they're kind of green down the sides. So we beat North Korea 4-1, a very, very good performance. Yeah, we completely hammered them, basically. Having managed North Korea, I knew what their weaknesses were, and it really, really did pay off. Ahmed Khalil managed not 1, not 2, but 3 goals for us, which was really massive. But again, he's a key player for us despite being 33 years old. And talking about another player who's 33, Ali Mabhout as well. These guys massive really, and will be important players for us in terms of qualifying for the World Cup. After that, we had 2 more games. One against Guam that we won 3-0, and then we finished things off with a 2-1 win against Singapore. Now, we went 1-0 down to Singapore again. If you remember the first time we played Singapore, we went 1-0 down to them, and we basically threw the whole kitchen sink at them and managed to equalise, or rather get the winner in the 81st minute. And it happened again. I've got to be honest, like, taking a look at our group, Singapore, for me, were probably the hardest opposition we had. They were just so tough to break down defensively. Where's our group? There it is. So as you can see, we finished top with 22 points. Back to the schedule. Yeah, that's it. So if we take a look at the current FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifiers for Asia, Qatar and Thailand went through. Only we went through from our group because obviously the way it works is, I believe, the top team in each group goes through, and then the top 4 teams who finish in second place with the most points end up going through, right? So Qatar and Thailand went through. We went through on top of our group. Uzbekistan missed out by a point. Australia and Japan. Now this was like a group of death. Australia, Japan and Syria, 3 very good sides within this continent. Australia topped that, but on any other day, Japan could have topped it as well. But because Japan got 19 points, they still went through. South Korea and Kuwait also went through in Group 4. Iraq topped Group 5. Saudi and China topped Group 6. Bahrain quite comfortably won Group 7. And Iran won Group 8. And it was really disappointing to see Lebanon finish second. Well, I mean, it was good to see him finish second, especially behind Iran. I think they even beat them in the process, which was really a massive result for them. I remember noticing it. Yeah, they beat Iran 2-0, which is a massive result. And if it weren't really for this 2-1 loss against neighbours Palestine, you know, that group could have looked very, very different. Or Lebanon would have guaranteed going into the next round in second place. Because obviously Lebanon are always a team I keep an eye out for. So yeah, that is it really, which means the way things currently look in Asia. Group A is Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi, South Korea, Thailand and us. Now, first instincts are that South Korea will top the group with Saudi Arabia in second place. And then the fight for third place, where you go into another playoff and then have to play the winners of the playoffs for South America. I can't remember 100%, but I think, yeah, that's what would happen. And obviously Group B, Australia, Bahrain, China, Iran, Iraq and Japan. So really two very, very difficult groups, but I do think we can get third place. So in terms of friendlies, in preparation for these games, I wanted to make sure we had at least one of the two friendly games against difficult opposition. Iran, for me, are not only rivals for us, but also very, very, like, one of the strongest teams in Asia, right? So I decided to play against them, and as you saw, we won 5-0. Like, giving myself a pat on the back and all that. I'm not really sure whether it was a fact that Iran weren't really at the races or whether we were just that good. We weren't even playing with a full-strength side. I think defensively Iran were very poor, but they didn't really create anything against us either. They were playing a really interesting formation where they actually used a sweeper behind two centre-backs and whatnot, but it was a fantastic performance from us. And we've also broken a UAE record where I think we've been 11 games unbeaten ever since my second game in charge, because obviously we lost the first friendly in charge, 3-0 to Austria when we were trying things out tactically. So again, it's another case of we're taking over at these national sides, and like we broke records, I think it was with Angola, we are now breaking records with the United Arab Emirates, which is amazing, really. Also, just you know, something to mention. Ever since the latest FM update that happened about 2 days ago, or about 4 days ago, given when this video will come out, because I'm recording this on the Saturday, it'll probably be the Monday upload. Has anyone noticed, like, weird jittering on the match engine? I have. I mean, I don't know if it's just me. I've not looked into it, but it can be a little bit annoying. But there we go. Those were the 5 goals. Yeah, we got South Korea, Qatar, Thailand, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait. Tactically is the exact same thing we really looked at in the last episode. We've got some relatively exciting players coming through that you won't have seen before. Marwan Mohammed is one of them. Looks a real decent player. And to be fair, even though Ali Mabhout has been scoring goals for fun still, like, I mean, his average rating is 9.05. That's how good. He's a top goal scorer of all time for the United Arab Emirates. We are just going to have to phase him out eventually. You know what I mean? And even if we do qualify for the 2026 World Cup, that's in 2 years, and this guy will be 35 years old. So I think that says it all, really. And so will Ahmed Khalil. And that is one of my main problems right now with the United Arab Emirates, that we're winning games, we're doing incredibly well, or we've done incredibly well under my management, but I'm not really sure whether our team will look the same for the 2026 World Cup should we qualify. And even if we do qualify, it would probably be through the third place playoff, and we'd probably have to play or beat, well, we obviously would have to beat a very strong South American side. And like I said, last time out it was Uruguay, and we probably wouldn't beat Uruguay. So for those of you guys who probably clicked on this video and are, you know, you pay attention to detail, basically. Yeah, I've been offered the England job. You bet you didn't see that one coming. So I have been offered the England job. The Euros was last month. And to be honest, I was just holidaying straight to my game against South Korea. And then in the news, I noticed that Alan Pardew had left England, because Alan Pardew was the manager of England. So yeah, England lost in the quarterfinals of the Euros, and Alan Pardew decided to leave. I thought I'd apply for the job for a laugh, and that this episode I would just be able to say, oh, I applied for the England job because Pardew got the sack and they didn't want me. We've still got a long way to go, but I have been offered the England job. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you want me to do in the comments below. Thanks for watching.